This episode of Good Morning Wilmington is brought to you by DART, Delaware's public transit service, moving you forward.
Happy Monday. How we doing? Good. Where you at?
You got plans?
You got?
Don't say that.
I do actually. No, I'm kidding. How was your weekend, guys?
It was good. No complaints. I went down to the beach, rested a little bit. Went to D.C. Had a good time. Caught up with some former coworkers. So.
Sounds nice.
Yeah. How about you guys? What did you do?
Got into some shenanigans.
So,
Good old Kristen, always into some shenanigans.
She loves that word.
I know. Well, not just that, but also the Bullets Over Bullies event that happened on Saturday down at the Brown, and I always mess up the name of the park, but Brown Burton Park.
Okay.
Yeah, that was pretty awesome. So I thought that was great.
Very cool.
What did you get into?
Oh, a little bit of this, a little bit of that. I kicked off the birthday celebrations for myself. I know. So I kind of got a little bit. I know. I'm excited. Yes. And and the other thing too is I was trying to I usually pay attention to the Summer Olympics.
Oh yeah.
But I've been so bad at it this year.
Did you see Naomi Osaka? She lit the
cauldron. Yes. Indeed.
So
I thought that was really
that
nice.
is. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Nice.
So I was trying to catch up a little bit on what I missed. There was a lot that's happened with the Olympics
there was.
recently.
China and the U.S. and Australia, the women's groups, they were making some history.
Broke some records.
Definitely.
Yeah, they did. That's my favorite thing to watch in the Summer Olympics.
Fellas, step it up.
Yeah.
Y'all doing
There was an
thing.
18-year-old that took home the gold in the women's all-around gymnastics. I thought that was really awesome.
That was,
Yeah, indeed. I think her name is Suni Lee.
Yeah.
Suni Lee. Yes.
Suni Lee, yeah.
Yes. That's her name.
Did you guys watch Naomi Osaka's documentary on Netflix?
I have not seen it.
You've
Is it good?
got to watch that.
Yeah.
I mean, it really took me to, for all those that are watching, tune in. Netflix, make sure you are watching Naomi Osaka's documentary. It is really, really good.
Okay.
But it took me to Michelle Obama's documentary when she was talking about Becoming, when she's talking about the realities of being first lady, and she's shedding, she's an introvert and the stresses of all of that. So
I feel that. Believe it or not, I'm an introvert. I'm an introvert with extrovert tendencies.
I say the same thing. My brother and I, we got together the Saturday before last for lunch. And it's funny, we were talking about the same thing, and he was like, when he said it, it was cool, but when I said it, he was like, what do you mean? Like, no, you're not. He's like, no, you're so outgoing, you always have been, and you've always been bossy since we were kids. And he ran down this memory, and I was like, oh yeah, I did that, okay.
Leave it to the siblings. Leave it to the siblings.
Yeah, keep you honest, okay? That's for sure.
So, did you guys hear about Simone Biles? She pulled out of the Olympics.
did.
How are we feeling about that?
So again, going back to Naomi Osaka when she pulled out of the French Open, I believe it was. It's just that moment of great pride where, being supportive for her speaking up, being able to recognize, I'm not in the proper state of mind. Yeah. And when you're doing gymnastics, imagine you're in the air flipping, and if you're not in the right state of mind, you could truly hurt yourself. So,
athletics, it's not just the physical, people forget mental. That it's mental too.
Yeah.
I mean,
and Naomi Osaka touched on that a lot.
Yeah.
It wasn't so much just the showing her skill in the sport. It was all those around her. You got the family dynamic component. You got to deal with fans. You got to deal with media alone.
It's a lot.
Oh my gosh, media alone is a lot.
It's a lot of pressure. If you think about with Simone Biles too, she was going in here also with a lot of I can't remember what it was, but I'm pretty sure they told her that there were certain stunts she couldn't do that she did in the previous Olympics.
Yes.
So she's dealing with that, and then she's walking into that as a what am I going to do now? And then you have all the pressures. Plus you have COVID. COVID's been running rampant over there too.
Yeah.
Athletes. There's a lot of stress.
There's a lot going on, and I like the fact that she's thinking about the overall team as well.
It wasn't a selfish decision.
It wasn't selfish at all. Instead of her being in it and affecting the competition, she decided to let the team go ahead and move forward, and her, not be in this shaky state, so to say. so they could have a better chance of winning.
Well, I was watching her doing all those flips and turns. I was pulling something in my neck watching. I was like, I couldn't do it. I couldn't touch that.
I mean, she is mesmerizing to watch, for sure.
Listen, she's been like number one, like on top for the longest time. Yes. And that's a lot of pressure for a girl.
It is. I can and also, too, I mean, I'm sure most people don't forget this, but, obviously with the doctor and everything that happened there and the sexual abuse, I mean, she was a part of that group, too. Yeah. So, people forget that. Like, she's the only one that's still remaining that was competing. Yeah. So.
Mental health is real and it needs to be addressed.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
And with all the twirls and spins that she's doing, I don't know if you guys recently heard State Representative Gerald Brady. He threw a monkey wrench in this upcoming election. Yes. He announced he's no longer seeking re-election. That's going to be interesting.
I know.
It is
going to finish out his term.
He
has like a year and a half left or something.
Yeah. He's got he's pushed a lot of great legislation. Been very active for this state. But it's going to be interesting to see who comes out.
Maybe he shouldn't have pushed send on that email.
Yeah.
In all fairness, there's many that should probably have not sent several emails. You know, so I mean, there's that. He did send an email that was inappropriate, highly. In regards to
in his official capacity.
In his official capacity, you're right.
It was regarding like human trafficking
and sex workers.
Other.
Yeah. It was deep.
So it was.
But I still got to applaud the work that he's done.
And he's taken ownership of it too.
He has.
So there is something that should be acknowledged about that.
Yeah.
He did take ownership over the fact that he was wrong and insensitive to what he
have
said.
To be accountable.
And he made this decision
on his own
not to go for re-election because of this. And I think he even said something to the effect of people deserve an elected official that they trust. Yeah. And in this particular instance, he understands that he's violated a lot of people's trust.
Yeah. So we'll see what's going to happen this upcoming election
to fill for sure.
State Rep Gerald Brady's seat.
Yeah.
So I'm about to go sit down with a friend of mine, Mr. Brahmin. He's been active in the community. He's very big with labor, with construction, and we're going to hear about the storefront. We're going to hear about a lot of stuff. Nice. So I'm excited to go sit down with him. So let's go check out Brahmin.
We're doing a lot of talking here in Washington in the Senate about infrastructure. What's that really mean? Well, if we move forward on the bipartisan infrastructure plan that I'm supporting, that's going to mean millions more dollars for Delaware and Delawareans to improve Amtrak and SEPTA, to improve our roads and bridges up and down the state, to make sure we've got better access to broadband so that your cell phone calls don't drop as you drive up and down the state, so that kids can get access to Wi-Fi for school, and we can take advantage of telemedicine. I'm excited about a $580 billion new proposal for infrastructure for this country, but more than anything, I'm interested about how this will create good, high-paying jobs in Delaware and make our state easier to live in, more equitable and just, and more accessible in this digital age. For more information, go to my website, coons.senate.gov. Thanks.
And we're back. I'm so excited for our next two guests. One particular that I know very well, a gentleman that's very active in our community and giving back to the community that he is originally from, Mr. Brahmin. What's going on, sir? How are you?
I'm very good.
And you have with us,
sun shining.
Yeah, you have with us, Rob. How are you, man?
I'm good. I'm glad to be here, man.
Thanks for being here. Now, Brahmin, you and I go way back. Yeah. Been involved working in the community together. Now, you work with Revolve?
Yes, Revolve.
Okay, Revolve. Now, explain that to me. First of all, how'd you even get the name of that?
So I can't take any credit for that.
Okay.
I was actually little brothered into Revolve.
Okay.
But still a force, still working with Revolve, and it's to evolve with Revolve.
Gotcha.
So that is where
the name comes from.
That's right.
Now, what do you guys do exactly? Because from what I understand, having seen you guys work firsthand in the community, you're helping with reentry, you guys are providing trainings with job workforce, you are doing a lot. So what exactly is it that you do?
That's great marketing, first of all, thank you. But yeah, so touching on training, and that's just developing the skills just to get in the door for those that don't have it. Because the jobs that we do offer are jobs that are strict. They are full-time, 40-hour-a-week jobs that have expectations. So you have to make sure those people meet those expectations. There's also a connection with outside third party that does certification training. So looking at the whole gambit of getting a job, getting you somewhere where you can stabilize, but also thinking about your future, what career paths and what opportunities you may have for the future.
Wow. Now, Rob, how did you get involved with this?
I also was little brother then. I'm a little nervous.
That's all right. No, just tell me.
No, but I also was little brother then. But I believe in staffing because through this, we can also give people jobs in the community. We also can train them from anything from welding to phlebotomy.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
So we're trying to be active in the community. We're trying to change a lot of people's lives.
Now, is there a specific group that you're trying to target to get a part of this? Like who can be a part of the trainings that you're providing?
Anybody that's willing to work.
Okay.
I mean, we're a community-based organization, but anybody that's able-bodied and willing to work, we're looking for people that actually want to work.
To get their hands dirty.
Yeah,
get to work on time and stay to work and on task
Have
the
a
whole
lot
time.
of the individuals that you've been training, have they received jobs right after their training, or are they going right into it?
The ones that are qualified, yes.
Okay.
And the ones that are not, we help with development. We help point them in a direction to help better development because, all honest, it is a business. So you have representation. You have to represent your business correctly. But we don't want to be the agency or the connection that is to say the status quo. Hey, you didn't make it, we can't do anything with you. Rather, okay, you didn't make it, this is why, this is where you need help on.
Now, where are you guys located exactly?
202.
On 202?
Yes.
Okay. Now, how often do you meet with the trainees? Is there a process to get into the program, or?
There is an orientation to start off with. So we tell you what we expect. We tell you what our standards are as a company, and then the various companies that we serve, we will bring you into their orientation so they can tell you what they expect too.
Gotcha. Now, you guys, not only are you providing training and helping with reentry, you guys got some fly clothing too that you've been helping folks with. I want to be like Brahmin when I get myself together. I can be on a tie. Now, help me understand InStyle. What is that exactly?
So InStyle is, and I see it as a platform, and yes, the InStyle Fashions is the name of it. And fashion is what we focus on. The reason focusing on fashion is as a platform with this store is because we looked at just fashion, the 80%, and don't get me quoting numbers, but about 80% of fashion dollars is the minority dollar. And there's not a lot of community funding that's given back from that percent. So we said, well, we're going to create that. We're going to change that narrative. And now we have fashion that goes from clothing to body care to actual beauty services, nails, things.
And is this gender specific?
No, it's for the whole family.
The whole family.
You, your wife, the kids, everybody.
Okay, it's good to know. Because I know growing up with my grandfather, he was very adamant. You wear a tie wherever when you go out. Of course, it's a different generation. I'm not wearing a tie every day. But, you had a watch on. Forget that Apple Watch technology. That's my grandfather talking. So it's little stuff like that. So how do you feel being a part of something like that?
Honestly, InStyle Fashions is a platform that we came up with for other entrepreneurs. We figured that in our community, fashion is kind of the key point. It makes people feel good when you look good.
Yeah.
So we wanted that to be the cornerstone of what we're doing, but we also give a platform to other entrepreneurs, like you said, skincare products. If you make your own skincare, if you have your own clothing brand, come see us, come talk to us.
Yeah.
Because we want everybody to have a chance, because not everybody's gonna make it into the mall. That's right. Everybody's gonna make it into Macy's.
Wow. That's right. And that's good that you're doing this, especially now that we're in post-COVID, you know, a lot of people are getting, right? I'm excited. We're about to get back into work. Yeah. So folks are going to need some help with, oh crap, I got to get a suit now. I was used to this little blazer and shorts.
Or no shorts.
Get a full suit. So how can the community help you both with what you're doing in your efforts with both Revolve and InStyle?
I mean, honestly.
What is it that you guys need to help grow?
Honestly, to grow, we just need the community to come out and support us.
Okay.
If you need a job, come talk to us. We're not asking for a hand up. We're asking, you know what I mean, we're trying to help people.
Wow.
Yeah, absolutely, giving a handout. And that being said, anybody who also looking at showcasing their talent, showcasing some of what they have. And as we said, you don't see or don't have the avenues. And because, you know, you look at Wilmington a lot and you see people leave Wilmington to grow. Yeah. And now we're changing that factor, changing that thought process that no, I can stay in Wilmington and still grow. Right. So you don't have to go, the old saying, I got to go to Los Angeles, I got to go to LA and be famous.
That's good.
You can be famous right here in Wilmington.
That's good. And you're grooming up folks in more ways than one, not just with the attire, but also with the education and how to get them into the workforce. So I applaud both of you, what you're doing. Give me the website again.
The actual Instagram working. We're work in progress. Is InStyle Fashions LLC.
LLC. So InStyle Fashions LLC. Okay.
If you do websites, we're more than welcome. Come down to the store.
Okay.
And the Revolve page is for the staffing agency.
Okay. Yeah, the Revolve page.
.com.
Okay.
That's right.
I'm gonna make sure that gets out, and we're gonna make sure that everyone that is, you know, post-COVID, because COVID played a huge role with hurting a lot of folks with not being able to keep a job. Yeah. So for those that are out there looking, make sure you check out the revolvepage.com. You can ask for Rob, you can ask for Brahmin, and I'm sure both of you guys will be willing to help out anyone that's going to sign up after watching this show.
Absolutely.
So I thank you guys for being on the show, and we'll be right back.
Joining us on the couch now from the Delaware Museum of Natural History, we have Jennifer and Kathy. How are you?
Hey, ladies.
Great.
How are you?
Awesome. So I know we have some other special guests that are joining us today, which I look forward to meeting. I don't know about Jordan. But before we meet these guys, tell us a little bit what's going on at the Delaware Museum right now of Natural History. Like, I know you guys are closed, technically.
We are.
Yes.
We actually closed at the end of last year for a major renovation to our galleries and public spaces. Okay. And it's the first renovation of this size since we opened in 1972.
Wow. Now, how have you guys been maintaining since COVID?
Well, we did close for a while, as everyone did. We brought a lot online, but this closing was planned anyway because of the renovation. So we're going to be reopening next May.
Oh, I look forward to that. And all new exhibits and stuff like that?
All new exhibits, new name. We will be the Delaware Museum of Nature and Science.
Oh, okay.
Nice. Nature and science. So what else will you guys be focusing on?
Well, it brings the other sciences into the natural world too. Okay. So we'll have a discovery gallery. Some of our local partners like the University of Delaware, Delaware Mineralogical Society will bring activities in as well.
Oh, that's fantastic.
Now, can anyone just come in? And now that your doors are getting ready to open back up, what's the process for coming to visit the museum?
Well, it's not going to be till May, so we're still working out the details and all as far as that goes. But we will have general admission, special events. We'll have some soft openings in April as well.
Nice.
I'm looking forward to that. So, and another thing for me is, so Jennifer, Kathy, what do you do specifically at the Delaware Museum of Natural History right now?
I am the public engagement manager, so I help oversee our sort of public engagement department. So when we go to schools or we work, right now we have summer camps running, or we go out and do events or work with scouts, like all of that. So anytime we're able to take anything from our museum and share it with our community, that's us.
Wow.
Great. So you do summer camps?
Yes.
What are the ages?
This year is from kindergarten through 5th grade.
And do you do like stuff associated with the Delaware Museum with the children in that age group?
Yes, normally it would be in the museum, but because we're closed, we are holding them at Winter Museum and Gardens, which is right across the street from us.
Very cool. I would have loved to go to summer camp like that.
Listen, if they bring in animals like this, yes.
Yeah.
I don't see why not.
I would have been a kid in the candy store.
I don't know about a kid in the candy store for me. But now, what other creatures do you guys deal with? Like, what's the whole process when you're coming to someone's camp? Like, for our viewers to know, like if I have young siblings that are part of camps and stuff. So what's the process when you're coming to the camp? You're doing what with them exactly?
It depends on the week. So our camps, we have a different theme each week. I believe one of the camps this week is looking at the science behind some of those popular video games like Minecraft or Pokemon. So they've been doing that. We also have had just nice nature exploration camps. So able for kids to go out and hike and be able to do some bird watching and really study the streams and those macroinvertebrates that are living in the water. So we really try to vary it up so that campers that come with us all summer get a really nice variety of experiences.
See, I wish I knew that when I was little. I would have pushed my mom to make me go.
I don't mind getting my hands dirty. I don't mind doing it, but just certain creatures. Now, so what are we looking at here? Well, that's what I'm.
We have a couple different animals that have come to visit you today.
Okay. Yes.
I will take out this one because I know you've been eyeing her for a little bit here.
She's my favorite.
Her.
Yes. Okay. This is her. She is a crested gecko. I'll take just a second.
She's so sweet.
Gecko.
Her name is Tango.
Aww. I had a pit bull as a child. I named him Tango.
It's a great name. So she is a crested gecko. So she's a type of lizard, and they're very, very fun geckos for myriad of reasons. One of my favorites is what I like to do with children is we talk about her nocturnal adaptations, and we do a staring contest with her.
Oh.
And we always lose because she does not have eyelids.
Oh.
I was wondering because we've been
she
watching
doesn't
each
blink.
other.
Nope, no blinking. So she uses her tongue to moisten and to clean her off her eyeballs. Yep.
Take that tongue and slap it up there. Wow.
Yes, pretty much.
Wow.
And I know Tango is she is a little skittish, so she likes to stay with you, right?
Yes.
Okay.
They're very, very good arboreal creatures, so she can jump and she can climb very well. So if you're not used to holding her, she will jump out of your hands.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
Now, what about the kids that are looking like, Mom, Dad, I want to get one? What would you recommend to kids that are watching right now? Like, I want to get one so bad.
I say do your research, to be honest. I mean, you can have them as a pet, but they do have special requirements, just like a dog or cat does, but you know, hers is special heat and humidity and special food and, you know, things that she can climb on. So there's definitely different considerations. So just like any pet.
I was going to ask that. So what does Tango like to eat?
So she gets a special, it's essentially, it looks kind of like a fruit milkshake.
Oh, okay.
But it's a special brand and it mixes insect parts in it too.
That's different.
That's all you, Tango.
That's what she gets, yes.
You look like you're urging, so go ahead, JJ.
I really do.
You go right
I
ahead.
got to feel her a little bit earlier, and she's so soft. But I also, listen, I'm all about respecting boundaries, so I am not going to push my boundaries.
No, you're doing fantastic, and so is she.
Now, Jennifer, quick question for you. How can the community better help advance the museum's agenda?
Absolutely. Well, we are certainly, we're in a $9.8 million capital campaign.
Oh, wow.
We've raised about 76% of that, which is really exciting.
Wow.
Okay.
We are doing more fundraising, of course, and any amount, of course, can certainly help.
Right.
We also would love the community to come out to our events and programs.
Okay.
We do have programs at Winterthur this year. They've also been generous, so our members get to go there and to other local places this year. We have a event for the Perseid meteor shower coming up on August 12th.
Oh, okay.
So what are some, just to give us an idea, what are some things that take place at those events, like the one coming up at Winter?
Well, that one it'll be watching the meteor shower, which is really cool.
Okay.
We've been participating in their Terrific Tuesdays, where we'll bring some activities, etc.
Nice.
And we'll be doing that at some other activities this fall.
Nice. Awesome. Now, well, some of these little friends of you guys, are they going to be present, or?
They do make an appearance every so often.
Okay.
Yes,
Okay.
especially at Terrific Tuesdays for that. So.
Nice.
I love it. Now, if someone wants to help, I mean, I know you just mentioned the capital budget. If anybody wanted to donate, where could they go, or how could they inquire about making a donation?
They can go to our website.
Okay.
It's delmnh.org.
Okay.
And get in touch with us.
Okay.
We will be looking for volunteers again when we reopen.
Right.
And obviously we don't have as many now, but we just love being involved with the community, and we also do go out to other community organizations and events as well.
Nice. That's great. Well, we got to go up there. Check it out.
Yeah.
That'd be cool. Take Good Morning Wilmington on the road.
That would be fantastic.
Nice.
I would like to go see that. Yeah.
Listen, and I've been up to Winter. That's really nice.
We could also give you a hard hat tour.
Okay.
We're doing those for our members once a month.
All right.
And you can see the wall. Right now, walls are up in the galleries. Exhibits will be going in later this year. We're still working on all the details with them, which is really cool.
I know. I mean, well, we were talking earlier too about like just the birds and everything that you have at the museum.
Yes.
So, which I am a huge bird lover. My grandfather was really big into it, so I was really excited about that. So I would look forward to checking that out at some point too.
That's our scientific collections.
Yes.
Okay.
We have, in addition to our galleries, we have collections of birds and mollusks. Shells are our two biggest collections.
Wow.
We have 113,000 bird specimens.
Yes.
And that includes 36,000 clutches of eggs. And that's the second largest collection of those in North America.
Wow.
I know,
You have
isn't that impressive?
113,000.
Yes.
That's a lot.
That's impressive.
That's a lot.
And we have 2 million shells,
Yeah.
which is also a lot.
Like you would find seashells, sort of.
That's a lot.
It's impressive.
That's a lot.
I know.
Wow.
Like
That is.
it blew my little mind.
Yeah, right. That's a lot. Now,
And then the bird that they have too. A lot of them are extinct, right? Or from like
We do have some birds that are extinct. We have study skins.
on site.
Yes, there's study skins upstairs. Most people think of the museum as what's on the main floor, the exhibits. But we have these amazing collections upstairs that they're used for scientific study. So scientists can look at what the world was like years ago by studying these specimens.
Really nice. Really nice. Now, what's the other?
This
creature?
one, this will be your favorite.
Yep.
Okay.
These are giant Madagascar hissing cockroaches. Let me see if
Hissing cockroaches. Wow.
let me see if I can grab one.
Now,
There we go.
So they're hissing, right? Okay. Now
They can hiss.
These we can hold, or no?
This one's pretty active right now.
So we'll leave it be.
Yes.
Okay.
So when do they typically
It's huge.
hiss?
They are very big. Yes, they hiss when they're really threatened.
Okay.
So they have holes down along the sides of them, and essentially they hiss just like we do. You know, by pushing. See, by pushing air, we push air out of our mouth to hiss. Yes. They do the same thing. They just push air out of those holes. They're called spiracles. Wow. So this guy is very active today. It's just fun.
Is that like a defense mechanism? Okay.
It makes them sound bigger and nasty, and hopefully scares away anything that may try to eat them out there, out on the forest floor.
Okay.
So they're not from around here, so we're good with that.
Okay. So I'm not going to find one anywhere.
You should not.
Okay.
No.
Okay. All right.
If you do, we need to call
Well,
Kathy.
We need to have it. Yes,
Yeah,
we'll
don't worry.
discuss.
We'll call you first.
Yep.
We'll give them a call.
And they're very good. They're detritivores. So in the wild, they'll eat all the old leaf matter and all of that that's on the forest floor. So we just feed them nice salads, essentially.
Nice.
Okay, so they're basically just natural cleaners.
They are. So
That's
we like
fantastic.
them. Yes.
Yes.
Okay. That's really nice.
There we go. Now it's calming down.
Yeah.
Yep.
Really moving them.
Oh yes, they can be very, very active and very fast when they want to be.
I know I'm going to get a text later. My younger brothers were like, "Can I meet them? Can I see this? Why did you call?"
We
me?"
can make it happen.
Okay.
Don't worry.
Absolutely.
So,
Okay.
so this one has like 2 antennas too, right? So do they use them for like feeling, navigating, that type of stuff?
Yes, absolutely.
Very
So
cool.
it's helping them to essentially sense the world around them.
Okay.
Wow.
Yep. And you can see what looks like 2 bumps on what looks like on the back of the neck there.
Yeah.
Right. So those help signify that this is a male.
Okay.
Yep. The females are going to have pretty much be flat or just have very small bumps
The
there.
male got a strong back.
Yes.
All right. See how I did that? You see how I did
I
that?
saw that.
Got to flex a little
Yep.
bit. All right.
That's
really nice. That's really nice. Nice.
Now, how many legs does it have?
Well, it's an insect, so it's going to have 6 legs.
6 legs.
Yep. Yeah. Sometimes they're a little hard to see as they're crawling
Moving
around
around.
on you.
Yeah.
And something about our animals, besides that we have them at events and bring them out, in our new galleries, we're going to have some special spaces for some of our animals that fit into that area. Okay. So the galleries are going to be broken up into different ecosystems. One gallery will be Delaware ecosystems, the other will be ecosystems from around the world. and we'll have some live animals that will connect in some of them.
Wow.
So
now, overall in the museum, how many species would you guys say you have?
Quite a bit.
Quite a bit. She's like, I ain't got a hard count for you, Jordan.
Quite a bit.
I ain't write that one down.
No.
We just got a lot. That's
We have
good
a
to
lot.
know. Okay.
Yes.
The whole purpose of the renovation is to create, so it's not just behind glass anymore. We want to create this engaging experience so you feel like you're actually walking into these ecosystems, and having some animals in enclosures that have been specially built into it so it looks like they're out where they would be living in the wild is just going to add to that experience. Oh, where are you going?
Okay.
There you go.
So were these the only two that you brought with us?
I have one more friend.
Okay.
You would like to meet her.
Her.
Yeah.
Sure.
She is very sweet. And I'm going to just take a minute to get her out here. Yep.
We have a sack.
We have a sack. Yes. This is how she travels in the car. It's kind of like a sleeping bag. It's very calming.
Okay.
That's how I would prefer to travel in a
Listen.
Very comfortable.
Depends on who's driving.
Yeah, it's a bet. Whoa.
So this is our corn snake.
Corn snake.
Yes.
Okay.
A red corn snake specifically.
And
So,
Something tells me she doesn't bite.
well, so what I always say is anything with a mouth can bite. You can bite, I can bite, she can bite, but that's really if we're going to hurt her or if we're feeding her or we're scaring her is really
Gotcha.
the main reasons.
Really nice.
Yep. Her name is Maisie Grace.
Maisie Grace.
Okay. Hello, Maisie Grace.
Cute color too.
Yes.
What's the origin of this?
So corn snakes are found in Delaware. They're actually found like southern New Jersey, all the way down the eastern coast and all the way over to Kentucky a little bit.
Wow.
They are unfortunately locally endangered in Delaware, so you're not going to find them too often around here. Maybe as you go down to southern Delaware, you have a better chance of finding one.
So they're called corn snakes. Is it because that's typical? Would you find them more on farms? Like, how did the name sort of originate?
Yeah, you gotta educate me on that.
There's a couple
I was thinking the same
theories
thing.
behind that. One is they eat mice, and mice are often found in the cornfield, so that's where they'll find a lot of their food. Another reason is, if I can get her off a little bit, her belly has this beautiful like checkered pattern to it, and sometimes they have a lot of yellow in there as well, so it looks like maize.
Okay.
Yep.
All right. Nice.
Yes. So this is Maisie Grace, our corn snake. They don't get much bigger than this, but
Does she squeeze?
yes.
Go ahead.
Go ahead.
Oh, sad. I touched the snake.
You touched a snake.
I don't want to. Yep. It's all about boundaries, isn't it?
Go. There you go. Very nice.
It's not even that heavy.
No. No, and she's holding on to me. I'm not really doing any of the work here.
Yeah.
I told you.
Because she's a constrictor.
I see that.
Now, what typically would, like, since they are local, what typically would they sort of react to if how would they feel if something was like going to threaten them? What would they find as a threat? Like,
I mean, honestly,
anything?
yes, anything bigger that's maybe following them or going after them. Normally they're difficult to find because she can camouflage very well, obviously.
Gotcha.
So she can hide very well and not be bothered most of the time.
I just like to inquire that question just in case I ever come across one and I don't want to upset it.
If you ever do see a snake, just back away.
Walk
Yep.
away.
Mm-hmm.
Like if I'm doing yard work, that's what I said. I was like, okay.
Yeah, she's not very big, honestly.
This is
She's-
a piece of cake.
And she's so sweet. I mean, she's sweet though. Like she seems to be more afraid of us.
Wow. I know if
She
we had
is
some
definitely
kids here,
curious
I'd
as to
really-
what's going on around
She's
here.
trying to figure it out.
But you can see she's just relaxing right in my hand here.
This is nice. Well, you guys seem to really be holding down the fort.
Yeah,
Like,
we are.
Is there anything else that, like, what's your next first coming up event?
It's the
Perseids
shower.
meteor shower.
Okay. showers.
So
Okay.
August 12th, which
August
is right
12th.
in the peak of the meteor shower itself.
Gotcha. Gotcha.
And we're also doing a couple bird events with Feng Lu from Animal Behavior and Conservation Connections.
Okay.
One is in late September, one is in November. He brings live birds.
Oh, wow.
He is amazing.
Okay.
Sign me up, Jennifer.
All right.
I'm there.
All right. We'll definitely have to come through. I can't thank you ladies enough for doing this and showing us these awesome.
Thank you.
Well, thanks for having us.
Absolutely, absolutely. I mean, if you have any other friends that ever want to stop by, I have no objections.
We maybe will make that happen.
We can definitely make that happen.
Okay.
Looking forward to it.
Great. Well, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Appreciate it. All right, we'll be back in a minute.
Government doesn't make a move without an agenda, some type of plan. The problem is we haven't been on the agenda. Sometimes we're overlooked. Sometimes our interests aren't the interests of those in power. I'm your host, Kerwin Gaines, on DETV's new show, The Agenda. We're going to do our best to ensure that you, Delawareans, are knowledgeable about what's going on in the Assembly. Federal government, local government, it doesn't matter. We're going to do our best to ensure that folks that make the agenda on a daily basis have to answer for it. Let them explain what they're doing. If it affects you, it's on the agenda.
A huge thank you again to Jennifer and Kathy from the Delaware Museum of Natural History. That was so much fun, and I am so proud of you. Listen, guys.
You did that.
I was worried about Jordan. I'm going to be honest.
Man, listen. In the world of politics that I'm in, I shake hands with snakes every day.
Well, I'm also going to think, I was also like...
You better learn how to deal with the real ones.
I was also second guessing myself too, because I'm like always saying, oh, I'm an animal lover. I love all animals. And then I was like, oh,
I think what did it for me though is I was like, oh, I can handle a snake, but a hissing cockroach.
Say it, JJ.
What? Hissing cockroach. I did that first.
Don't say that.
Don't say that.
Don't say that. When they pulled it out, Till's like, what's you doing? Where you at?
Listen, I was looking from afar like...
Oh, we saw you.
Yep.
Y'all have that.
Yep.
Yes.
Got that.
Yep.
Yes.
Yeah, that was fun. I enjoyed it. For it to be a corn snake.
Corn snake, yeah.
Corn snake.
What was its name again?
Maisie Grace.
That's one
That's
hell
a
of a
cute
name
name,
for a
though.
corn snake.
Wow.
That's a cute name.
That's one hell of a name.
But Tango, I have a little love for Tango.
Yeah.
We connected, her and I.
Yeah. Little
Yeah.
bulging eyes.
Well, speaking of some mazes, these COVID numbers
Yo.
are kind of doing a little...
I'm quick. So before we even get into that, the CDC was basically like, bring it back. I got so many questions.
Yeah.
But
Me
but
too.
before we even
Who
get into
didn't see
that,
this coming, though?
on-site COVID testing is going to be available.
Yes, for
to
kids.
K through 12 students all throughout the state.
Yes.
So keep that aware, parents out there. Your child's going to be having access to getting tested. So
Now, what's also a good thing, I actually went for a sit down at, because my munchkin's going to middle school.
I know.
I'm sorry. I've had like 10 meltdowns already.
Middle school?
She's going to middle school. Stop it. Don't say it again.
middle school.
Yes, she's going to be in 6th grade. So I went to her new school. So me, the parent, could get acclimated before her, the kid who's actually attending, could get acclimated, because I'm like having, anywho. So all the kids are going to wear.
I can't wait to don't text me about homework. I don't want to hear nothing. You start getting real tested as a parent. I can only imagine.
It is
that
super
homework comes at
testing,
you.
but we have this system where I teach her what I know, and then because they teach things differently now, so she'll teach it back to me in the new way, and I'll be like, what? What?
But the fact that
But
they're
yeah.
able to get tested at school.
And see,
that's
well, all the
actually
kids
good.
are going to
is
be
very
wearing
good.
masks as well, and that's something that I learned because I was
just
questioning.
mandated that too, right? They just the CDC just
Yes.
mandated that.
Yeah.
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 So all the teachers and all of the students, so think about middle school environment, you have ages ranging from 11 to 14, 13, 14. So not everyone is eligible, and you can't have kids walk around showing vaccination cards and such. So they figured if everyone wears masks, it eliminates any confusion, and for me as a parent, it helps me feel more
I'm
comfortable.
not gonna lie though, I'm mad as hell. I was on
with the
this
CDC?
show with Ive being like, I ain't doing that. And then I got Dr. Joan Coker on me. We about to call the doctor like we did last show. And I got some questions because the CDC was like, bring that suggestion back. We've had some thoughts and comments about
Well,
this
I mean, and it's one of those things, I'm still trying to figure it out too, Jordan. I'm right there with
Yeah.
you. I've got a bunch of questions because I feel like there's so much information going around.
And misinformation on top
and
of
then
that
there's
too.
that, and me too, I got my vaccinations as well. And then, we have this new variant, which is affecting people who have had vaccinations as well. And so there's a lot happening. We're also trying to figure it out. I've heard different pieces of information that those who are vaccinated that maybe were exposed to the variant and tested positive for it, they did better with it than those who didn't have their vaccine. Well, so there's that too.
I felt like I was in the scene of Loki. I didn't know when they said variant. I was like, what?
Well, a good thing they're doing different several real world tests and scenarios to try to, figure out how to get to the bottom of it and come up with some kind of, I guess, booster shot or something other. So,
and I think that's where mainly most of my questions lie, is the booster shot.
And I'm hearing we got to get back to wearing masks too, if you are vaccinated or not.
Indoors, if you are.
Yeah.
Well, that's what the CDC recommends. Yes.
Okay.
Now, I know last week in Delaware, there was like an average case of 68 with, I think, maybe 30 or 35 hospitalizations. And I believe in lower Delaware, Sussex County, I think they had a surge in cases. So,
wow.
I mean, listen, especially if you live in an area where you're getting those numbers to, and I don't really want to use the word spike because it makes it sound like it's something really, shooting up there. But because there is a shift in the numbers, just wear a mask, you know,
and
protect yourself.
And also just be diligent, like keep washing your hands, keep doing all of those things.
Things that we all should have been doing already.
A long time ago. But they had, and then they also said too, on average, about 68 cases with about 34 hospitalized here in Delaware. So that's a lot for Delaware.
It is.
It is. It is. So.
Yeah.
Indeed. I mean, I know there isn't much data on the Johnson & Johnson vaccination.
And I heard Johnson & Johnson, I thought of powder. I was like, no.
The talcum powder, oh my gosh.
I went back to that case from years ago.
You were thinking baby powder.
Baby powder. It's like, nope. Anything Johnson.
Well, I mean, they're saying it looks like it's going to significantly reduce transmission. So,
Yeah, I mean, we'll see.
Let them run the tests.
I mean, and like I said, I'm looking forward to more information on the boosters.
Definitely.
I think like the high risk patients, obviously, high risk people who got the shots first. I think that started back in January. So, if 6 months is still the case, hopefully we'll be getting some more information.
Yeah. Well, I just say to everyone, just get vaccinated.
Get vaccinated. Get vaccinated.
Yeah. Help us save ourselves.
Yeah.
Do it. All
right. Well, I think we'll be back, guys.
Yeah, right after this. All right, so that was a great break. Now we're back with two leaders from the Millennial Summit, as you guys know it as the Mill Summit. We have Jen, and I still don't want to mess up your last name, I apologize.
Sayani.
Yes. And we have Charlie Vincent here with us. Hi guys, how are you today?
Hello.
Good morning, how are you?
I'm very well, thank you for asking. Good morning. Yeah. So listen, the Mill Summit has been like such a major attraction here in Delaware for the last 2 years. You guys have an awesome lineup. It's going from August 2nd to the 4th. Tell me, so today's day one. What do you guys have going on today?
Yeah, so today we've got the kickoff, and our two primary keynotes today are
Tony
Lipsey from TL Yarn Crafts, who's going to talk about being an Instagram influencer and selling her business online, and Matt Higgins, who is a guest Shark Tank judge and venture capitalist and a part owner of the Dolphins, will be the closing keynote this afternoon at 4.
That's exciting.
So.
Yeah, I know today you guys have one that's going on how to deal with difficult people.
Yes.
I'm really interested in that one. So a few episodes back, we were talking about with everything reopening, our state of emergency was lifted on July 13th. So you have a lot of people transitioning back to work. And my thought was, people have been quarantined for so long, working from home. Like, how do you go from being solo or just being, situated with your family or close loved ones to re-emerging into the work world? And
it's going to be difficult. It's going to be difficult, definitely. And also just still, a lot of workplaces are going into that hybrid model. So, you know, that transition of trying to be in person, working with your coworkers, sitting across the table from them, whether it be a conference room or just, in your next cubicle, all the way to going back to a 2x2 screen and trying to pick up the body language through Zoom. So that conversation is going to be a great one today.
Definitely. I'm really excited about that one.
In real life, you can't just mute somebody.
Right, you can't just mute anymore. You can't do no video and,
turn off your screen, roll your eyes. No more.
Listen, in some of my Zoom meetings that I have, I'm like always on no video. Like, I'm usually like eating lunch or trying to like drink my coffee to become alive. Yeah, indeed. Oh man, those in-person interactions, I think we all have missed them, but it brings a bout of anxiety, I think. So I think that's going to be a really great session. And the facilitator for that one is Connie Charles. Connie Charles. That's awesome. Okay. So cruising on to day 2, what do you guys have that you're looking forward to?
So day 2 has a lot of leadership topics, a lot of nonprofit topics.
Nice.
There is, whole day. We've got 30 sessions over the 3 days, so it runs together after a while, especially in the planning stage.
Indeed.
The keynotes on Tuesday are Voulay, who's a nonprofit thought leader and author. He runs a website, and his social media is all under nonprofit AF.
Yeah.
So he's really certainly pushes the needle in the nonprofit sector.
I bet, indeed. I know you guys have one of your panelists is Tynetta Brown.
Yep.
I absolutely love her. Hi, Tynetta. I absolutely love her. She's like a mentor in my head. She's going to be one of your panelists, and I think that's on the where you guys are talking about funding in post-COVID times.
Yeah.
So I think that's going to be really interesting too.
And one of the cool things about the Mill Summit is we have our app. So if there are any panelists, if you're attending, you can just go right into the app and personal message any of our panelists.
Are you serious?
And speakers. So it's one of those highlights that I think gets missed a lot with our attendees. That's an opportunity. For a small price, you have access to pretty much anybody you see on our conference. So
that is exciting to know.
Yes.
Oh my gosh, that's really awesome. So, okay, that's very techy. And moving into, we have day 2. That was day 1 that I just mentioned with Tynetta, but day 2, you guys are going to get into talking about social media and how COVID has affected social media. So just thinking about technology, that's a really cool feature, and I know that's something I would definitely love to take advantage of. So I'm sure there are lots of other millennials out who will be doing so.
So I'm actually hosting one of the panels, Level Up Your Social Media Game, on Tuesday, and it's with the University of Delaware, one of the professors from University of Delaware, and she, the whole premise of it is, most people know how to log into social media, log into their social media accounts, whether it's personally or professionally, but this is 2.0. What are the next steps? Really utilizing social media so that you can be an influence and promote your business, promote yourself out in the community. So that will be an exciting topic. I hope everybody joins in
Most
on that
definitely. Now, okay, so let me ask this, and I know you guys are pretty heavily involved. What is it, or how is it that you guys came up with, or where did the premise of the Mill Summit come from?
Oh, that is Charlie's brainchild. It
Let's
is all
go,
Charlie.
Yeah. So I think initially, and this is going back almost 5 years now, so this is the 5th year we've had this conference. 2nd year is virtual. And so originally it was like, how do we create like a Forbes conference type experience focused on Delaware young professionals and get them sort of more plugged into the community. And it's certainly grown beyond that, but the core of the audience lives and works largely in Delaware or the greater Philadelphia region. Most of the audience is 25 to 40, and there are a lot of type A's that are trying to get involved in nonprofit boards, within employer resource groups in their companies, and just in the general community. And this really brings them all together in one spot and helps them connect with each other, with leaders, and just try and figure out the best ways to get involved.
I really believe this was a brilliant conference concept that you came up with, and the execution of it every year is amazing. How do you decide what topics you're going to discuss?
So we're fortunate we've got a planning committee of probably 70 or so volunteers that are from a variety of different businesses and nonprofits throughout the state. It's an all-comers committee, so anybody interested can always just email us or go to the website. And the planning process really starts almost as soon as the previous year's conference ends. And even now, we're trying to figure out potential speakers for next year and topics. And so it's really trying to design around what the planning committee thinks is the most relevant. And I think the programs this year really illustrate that.
Most definitely. I like that you guys are being very forward-thinking with not just discussing what happened during COVID or just focusing on post-COVID, but a lot of what I saw, it's dealing with the before, during, and after. I believe there are going to be a lot of after effects, and to already have that conversation going That is so amazing. So,
and other conversations that we're having, you know, not just around COVID, but about protest to progress, you know, taking those things that have been coming up. Logan Herring will be revisiting a topic that he started last year, again, with just promoting everyone in our community to be going from the corner office up to the boardroom and making sure that everyone has a seat at the table.
Yes, and helping people to understand how to build your brand.
Yes.
I love it. I absolutely love it. So is there anything that you guys would like to let our viewers know about the Mill Summit, other than, I know it's from August 2nd, which is today, through the 4th, but is there anything else that you'd like for them to know?
Yeah, I would say certainly you can go to the website, millsummit.com, and check it out. Their tickets are still available. Even if you want to just get a ticket for today or tomorrow or Wednesday, you can get those tickets individually. And the Wednesday session will be in person at CSC Station. We'll be broadcasting that live stream. So that will actually be a hybrid event.
Nice.
We'll see how it works. And the keynotes that day are Jimmy Allen, who's a local Delawarean from Sussex County, a big country music rock star. And Deisha Dyer, who's was with the Obama administration and their social secretary, will be the closing keynote that day. So it'll
amazing.
We have 100 speakers from around the globe, and it's not too late to still get involved and tune in.
That's so awesome. Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you for having us.
And I look forward to checking out some of these sessions that you guys have going on. Very awesome. Thank you so much again for your time, and we'll be right back.
Coming up this month in Delaware, stroll or roll through the Hagley property along the Brandywine every Wednesday. Dogfish Head Craft Beer and Woodside Farm Creamery ice cream are available for purchase. Admission is $3 per person and free for Hagley members and children 5 and under. Make sure to head out to the Clifford Brown Jazz Festival, the largest multi-day free outdoor music festival on the East Coast, at Rodney Square in downtown Wilmington from August 4th through the 8th. Join Delaware Theater Company for Faustina Dixon's 5 Women, which tells the story of strong, successful Black women who overcome racial and gender discrimination. Inspired by Nina Simone's 4 Women, showing Friday, August 6th and Saturday, August 7th at 6:30 p.m. Enjoy music, food trucks, and drinks at the last date of the Delaware Ag Museum's Summer Concert Series in Dover on Wednesday, August 11th. Make sure to get your tickets for Palate to Palate on August 20th at the Delaware Contemporary. Enjoy a menu by Chef Daniel Sheridan of Locale Barbecue Post and Stitch House, inspired by the family history exhibit, as well as free beer tastings and art by Chad Cortez Everett and Rachel and Alexander Noonan. Tickets are $60. Check out some of Delaware's flora and fauna at the Delaware Botanical Gardens Butterfly exhibit in Dagsboro through August 26th. The program is free with admission. Admission to the gardens is $12 for each non-member and free for each member. Children under 16 are admitted free. Head down to Rehoboth to check out Clear Space Theater's August lineup featuring Mamma Mia, Priscilla Queen of the Desert, Icons, and The Sound of Music. All shows run throughout the month of August.
That was an awesome summit.
Listen, I'm super excited. So today is day 1.
Yeah.
And they have lots going on. I can't wait.
Was this your first time?
This is my first time.
Yeah.
Yes. So I'm super excited.
Okay.
Yeah, and it's funny. I haven't been back in Delaware that long. So now that I'm back and, finding out what all's going on and being more involved, because I've emerged from my cave, so to say. It's really awesome and exciting. So I'm looking forward to heading over there. I'm going to also go on Wednesday. I'm going to attend all week.
Who were the speakers that you saw?
Well, I've been here doing the show today, but some of the lineup that they have, we're looking forward to. So on day 1, they have How to Difficult with how to deal with difficult people. That I'm looking forward to. We had a conversation on this couch before where you and I, JJ, we were talking about people who are emerging from working at home back into the work world. You know, how are you going to deal? You're not on Zoom anymore. You can't just turn your camera off or press mute.
Coming in your pajamas either.
Exactly, yeah.
People gonna forget some stuff.
And listen,
I hope not.
don't leave home without your pants.
I think it was like 3 years ago.
Or in your
they
slippers.
had Congresswoman Lisa Blunt Rochester speak. It was phenomenal. So
yeah, they have some really great
Vincent,
keynotes.
Everyone at the that runs the summit, they are killing it. So I
Most
encourage
definitely.
every and anyone, if you haven't been, I think there's still a chance to sign up.
There is. There's still a chance to sign up. Definitely check out Mill Summit and their website. You can Google it if you need. But it's a hybrid event, which is super exciting. So you can do it virtual. There's some in person. So I'm excited. It was a great interview and very informative for you guys as well.
Yeah, it's really good.
Indeed. Listen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh my God, I love it. So, I mean, I'm an entrepreneurship major, so it's like,
Yeah, right up your alley.
Yes, yes, sir.
I encourage everyone to sign up.
They talk a lot about building business branding when it comes to organizations. How to adjust your funding pre, during, and post COVID.
They gave a lot.
Yeah.
A lot of workshops too.
I mean, it's just so beneficial, honestly. Like, there's so much you can learn. There's so much you can walk away with.
Yeah.
You know what's really awesome for this year too? They have this app where you're able to go on and.
They've had it for a while.
I thought it was just a this year thing. I think just because I'm now involved, I feel like it's
Well, it's new.
it started because I'm here, but I know that's not the case.
It's all right.
It's new to me, but being able to have access to the panelists and you can shoot them a question and have some conversation. I think that's amazing.
And it's with us being in this virtual society too.
Yeah.
Can't connect with everyone.
Yeah,
so I think
indeed. Ask a question and get informed.
When you went down there, did you find yourself marching or stepping on any lantern flies?
Not yet, and I haven't been yet. I've been here all morning. But listen, those lantern flies.
Speaking of those animals, like I love all animals, but that's one thing I just cannot do.
So I have this coworker, Shanice, at the consortium where I work at, and every time we come over here to Urban Cafe, and they are like always attacking her. So I'm like, I was joking when I was like, think tall, girl, just think tall.
Yes.
They won't bother you.
They don't respect boundaries.
They don't.
They don't.
They do.
Talking about boundaries earlier with the Delaware Museum, like, those are insects that don't care about your boundaries, and their beady little red eyes be staring at you.
Yeah.
They freak me out.
They do. And along the Jack Markell Trail, there is just an influx of them. It's so creepy.
Do they
my
bite?
gosh.
What are they?
No.
What's the,
They're just
I'm not gonna
annoying.
lie, when I first saw it, I was like, oh, look, a butterfly.
No.
Butterflies? Did you
Sure did. They do not look like butterflies.
Because it was like redded and just, I was like, oh, look at that.
You just saw color.
That's what I saw. That's all I saw. I was
They
like,
are saying-
what bug got that much color fluttering around? I was
They
like,
are
oh.
saying to keep
Something
stepping
annoying.
on
Little
them,
suspect.
though. They are saying to keep stepping on them, because they don't want the population to get out of control and everything else. But I will say this, because I just realized we were talking like earlier with the producers and stuff of our show. I was like, yeah, but if you have pets, like if you have dogs especially, like yes, step on them, get rid of them, but just be mindful as well if you have your pet outside because they are poisonous to dogs. So like if dogs, like if you go and you step on something or you freak out, they're gonna go right and look at it.
Max out next time.
Oh,
They'll
man.
just munch on it.
Just be super careful.
Now
with
I'm
that.
really curious. The Clifford Brown Jazz Festival is this week.
Yeah, how you gonna deal with that?
Listen, the lantern
lantern
flies.
flies.
Oh my gosh.
It's just still at Rodman Square, right?
I believe so.
I have not missed a jazz fest.
I know.
I'm telling you, it is so much fun.
I'm excited to
And it's your
attend.
birthday week.
It starts on
That's
my
exciting.
birthday.
Starts
That's
on your
right. Yes,
birthday.
it does.
That's gonna
Yes,
be
it does.
fun.
I know.
When we leave here, we gotta set up camp. And
That's what
get
we're gonna
ready.
do. We're gonna meet up over there for
gonna be
sure.
fun.
That'll be nice.
I'm
Yeah, so if you guys
excited.
want to catch us, you can find us at the Clifford Brown
Yes,
Jazz
you will.
Fest.
Listen,
I'm looking forward to it. Eric Benet, Diana Reeves.
Eric
Now, are
Benet
you
is
gonna
who
be
I'm
there
looking
every
forward
day?
to.
Yes.
Okay.
I never miss a day.
No?
Never miss a
So
day.
you'll be there the 4th, 5th, 6th,
Every
8th?
single day.
Okay.
Yep.
Well, all right. Okay.
So if you guys want to come meet the stars of Good Morning Wilmington, Kristen and JJ, we all gonna be there,
Yeah.
especially for this one's birthday.
Come say hi, definitely.
Yeah.
Matter of fact, let us know in the comments below. Let us know if you're going to be there, so that way we can look out for you.
Absolutely.
That'd be really nice. Yeah, say hi to us.
Yeah.
So,
What else are you guys doing this weekend?
I have no plans. as of
Birthday
yet.
shenanigans.
You gotta let us
Your
know what you
words,
wanna
stay on
do.
Your words,
Definitely.
shenanigans.
God,
I'm
I'm
gonna
ready. goodness.
Keep it going.
I'm excited.
First we get lit with this one. I'm trying to lose weight, and now we're getting lit with you.
I tried to prepare you at Dorsia.
Oh,
this was coming up.
You did.
Everyone's birthday is a holiday, in my opinion. Everyone's birthday is a holiday and should be celebrated as such.
And hers was celebrated for 2 days straight.
Yes, it was.
Well, with you guys, I kept them shenanigans.
Just with us. She kept it going.
So and it's your birthday, but I'm going to celebrate your birthday as if it was my own, because that's how I am with
do.
Exactly. It's your holiday,
right?
So I'm going to celebrate your holiday
as if it's yours. That's right.
Yeah. It's going to be fun.
Struggle through this.
You're going to be just fine.
Call my fitness trainer.
No limbo this time, though.
No limbo this time. No limbo this
If only you guys saw the shenanigans after.
I'm holding that video for
hostage.
Real tight. Hostage.
Well, I always enjoy working with you guys.
Always.
I know, it's a pleasure.
This is a great show. I love working with DETV and the crew.
Definitely.
Special shout outs to the crew of DETV and Big Eye. Thank you guys so much. Enjoy your Monday.
Good morning, Wilmington.